Hey there! If you don't recognize my voice, don't worry, it's not you, it's me. I am not Marissa. I am Rachel. I am Quill & Co.'s design and marketing assistant, and I am the person behind the blog posts as of recently. So we have decided to start doing some little how-to tutorial videos for Showit website templates. We've been getting some questions emailed and DM'd to us, and we see some that are kind of reoccurring, and as much as we love to hear from you guys and love to help out where we can, we want to have this kind of hub of how-to tutorial videos for you to refer to make your dreams of your website template come to be. So today we're going to be talking about how to add video to the background of your canvases, specifically like the hero top canvas. So let me get some things ready and then I will walk you through the process of how to do this. Alright, let's jump into the process of how to do this. So I'm going to start on desktop first. It's a little bit easier and less complicated than our mobile version, so we're going to start there. Just to make things clear, this hero section does have 5 canvas views. I always get those two mixed up. They are such similar names. Okay, this one has 5 different canvas views, and so I'm just gonna change this on the first canvas view just to show you once, just to get that straight. So since this one does have different canvas views, instead of going into canvas background, I am going to be working in the canvas view tab. It's gonna be exactly the same thing in canvas background, same process. Just if you are using canvas views and you want that video or image to change with those views, then you're going to want to work in canvas views instead. So here you're going to see quite a few options. This might look a little daunting, don't worry, it's not. Okay, so starting from the very beginning, obviously this is the first view, so we've just labeled that. And then here is where we're going to make the biggest change. So in our background, our type is no longer going to be image, we are going to choose video. This is also the reason that mobile is a little bit more complicated than desktop, because mobile does not have the selection as for video. So starting off here, so this image is going to stay here. This is just going to be our fallback image. So if for any reason our video is not cooperating and it isn't pulling up, then it'll fall back on this image so that you're not just looking at a black background. Okay, so I'm going to go in, as I was just saying, a black background. This video does start out on a black screen, so it's going to continue having a black background, but I will show you a preview to make sure that you see that it is an actual video. So I'm going to choose this. That is my video. And then coming down here to those scary selection boxes. So first the duration. You can opt to have this just play once and then it'll just stop and just sit on the screen. But I want it to loop. I want it to be an attention grabber, and that motion will continually go to continually grab attention up top. Okay, and then for our size, we're going to want to keep this to fill. That just makes sure that it covers the entire canvas. Position, these are just if you want that video to focus on a different section of the video. So right now it's middle center, so it'll be right slap down in the middle. If you wanted it to focus more on like the top, then top center, but we're just going to keep it middle center. And then I'm going to keep this as scroll with page. Opacity, obviously that's just if you want a little bit of transparency to your video, I am going to keep that. And then since our background is going to spill through with the opacity lower, I'm going to keep that black. Okay, so that's all of our settings. Everything's ready to go. So let's take a look at how this is looking. It might need a second just to think things through, but there she is. And like I said, we have different canvas views, so it's going through these, but if we stick to number 1, then there is our video. Move in. Okay, so it's there. One thing that I do want to mention is that Showit keeps your video limitation pretty low. That's just for the sake of loading time, and these are just supposed to be short little snippet videos. Like I said, they're just kind of attention grabbers. You want a lot of movement and such there. So most likely the video that you're going to want to be using is going to be above that. Their limitation is 8 megabytes. And so just a little reference for you to use is video. I'm not sure how exactly you say this, but that's what I'm going with. So this is a video compressor. So you just take your little video, slide it into here. I really like this one. This might take a little bit longer than I want it to. But I really like this one because it shows you exactly what it's going to be doing, and you have a lot of kind of customization into how this goes. And you can see in this top corner that it's free. I'm not even logged in. You can use this without an account. Alright, this is going to take a little bit longer than I was expecting it to, so I'm going to switch back over here and let's just start talking about the mobile, and then I'll show you kind of what I'm saying with this customization here. Alright, I opted to give this video just the time that it needed to upload, so I'm back. It is a few minutes later, and so I wanted to show you just how customizable this video compressor is. You can see here that you can kind of play around with how compressed it's going to get, and you can kind of see here what that's going to look like in megabytes. It gives you kind of a range. From all of the videos that I've done, it seems to stick to the lower end. So I'm going to pull this right up. Let's go here. To be safe, like I said, that limitation is 8 megabytes. We're going to keep just right under that. We want to keep as much quality as possible. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to compress this. Again, this is going to take just a short minute. This one's not going to take as long. As you can see, it's already ready. And it's just going to think for a second, and bam! So as you can see, this is down to 4.9 megabytes, which is plenty under what we need it to be. And so now you just go ahead and download that video, and that is perfect for you to be able to bring into Showit. And just a reminder to add that, you just go into your media library, and you can just upload that video into here, and mine is right there. Okay, so that is our desktop version done. Now let's go over to mobile. Like I mentioned, this is a little bit more complicated. So like I mentioned, our mobile only allows images. It does not allow video backgrounds. Hypothetically, you could put a GIF inside of this and it should work. It has been a little bit more glitchy for me, so I like to do a different option, but you could put your GIF in here. I have experienced it glitching out a little bit more if it's in as the background. So I'm going to go ahead and just go to color, and we're just going to keep this background black. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'll make this a little bit bigger since mobile's so tiny. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and I'm actually going to add an image. So I'm going to click here, this bottom little button of the little landscape, add in something from my media library, and I am going to add a GIF. This has to be a GIF, it cannot be video. So I'm going to add that in here. And there's my little GIF moving. I'm going to hurry and resize this, and I'm going to show you a reference for turning your video into a GIF. So I'm going to go in, my width, the width of mobile is going to be 320 pixels, so I'm going to go there, I'm going to click this center button, and then you can find the height of your canvas by going here, going to canvas, and this one is 393 pixels high, so I'm going to go ahead, type that in here. I actually like adding a little bit of a buffer of 2 pixels to that, so I'm going to do that. And then, as I mentioned, we are in different canvas views. You can see that this one disappeared here. That's just because it's stacking on top, so I'm going to pull this underneath that one. And then I'm actually going to go in here and I'm going to rename this as if I can type, wow, there we go. Just to keep things organized and to know what everything on my screen is, I went ahead and renamed that. Okay, so that is there, it's going, it's moving. So let me show you how to go about turning your video into a GIF. So I like using this newer Adobe GIF creator. So basically all that you need to do is upload that same video that we just used. I am actually going to use the compressed version rather than the full version. So that compressed version that we just made to use on desktop, I'm going to pull that file in here. I'm going to drop it. And again, this is going to take a second. And what I'm waiting for is just for this circle to fully fill. So I'm going to come back once that's done. Alright, and I am back. It is only about 1 to 2 minutes later, and as you can see, this is now ready to download. And here you can choose how high of quality you want this to be. I'm going to go with that medium since Showit does have those restrictions, just to go safe with that. And then you're going to want this most likely to be like a landscape, a portrait rotation for mobile. And once you do that, then you can go ahead and download. And then same thing, just come in here, media library, and upload that GIF here. Okay, and I think that does it. Let's just preview what this is going to look like. Ba-bam. Oh, and let me just resize this even just a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to lock this. I forgot to do that. So you're going to just come into size and position, and you're just going to lock that so it goes top to bottom. And let's take a look at that again. Okay, there we go. Very slight difference, but you can see that that video is now stretching up and down, so that you're not seeing any of that black background. And I'm not sure if you can hear, but it just started hailing, so it's perfect time to stop. Okay, yeah, there we go.